What they do is the city attorney calls in both parties. They have a mediator, a trained mediator, not me, a trained mediator, and they'll try to work this thing out. If that doesn't work, then maybe it'll go down to civil court, or hopefully it won't come into somebody making a crime. Okay? That's all I have. I'll be here for a little while. Oh, in case you see a police car in front of BRATS Brothers all the time, don't be worried. I'm a regular at BRATS Brothers. It's my car.
Thank you. Wait a minute, I have a question for you before you leave. There are rumors circulating, and maybe you can give us some concrete information. Is it true, the rumors, that you are retiring this year?
Somebody asked me that. I have 241 days left, which comes out to 8 months. So in 8 months, I have 8 months.
Wait a minute. You're not allowed. You're new to the force, right? How long have you been on the force?
31 years.
Okay. Everyone ready for the upcoming election? The March election, City Council election? Okay. The seat that formerly occupied by Wendy Gruhl, now occupied by Paul Kokorian. That seat is up for election in March, and we have one of the candidates for that seat, and we want to give him a couple minutes to discuss his candidacy.
Thank you so much. Good evening. My name is Augusto Pisani, and I'm running for City Council, District 2, which covers, Sherman Oaks, Valley Lane, Valley Village, North Hollywood, South Antaga, a large area. Some of you may remember me from last year. I used to be a little different. I had a mustache, I was very casual. Tonight I'm very formal, and I shaved my mustache. The reason is because we can change. We can be different. And my campaign is going to be based on the fact that we always talk about transparency, honesty, accountability. Well, guess what? How about a true transparency, true accountability, true integrity? I am just a citizen. I've been living in Valley Village for 21 years, and I own my own business for 20 years in North Hollywood. The reason I'm here is not because I'm a politician or an activist. I am not. I am just one of you that, instead of being sitting at that table, moved out on this aisle and said, I want to do something that is worthwhile. I want to fight for those that need to be, for the reasons that need to be that we need to fight for. But I don't want to have the approach of the typical politician. I want to have an open table. I want to be able to have discussion. I need to have feedback from you guys and let me know what really matters for you. I appreciate the opportunity to speak in front of you by myself. Last year was 10 of us, okay? So I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to be true to what I say. And I'm almost 70 years old, so I'm retired. But I'm going to have this thing inside me makes me boil, that we see so many different things that are not corrected, and we are just going down the drain. We need to do something, and I hope you're going to give me your vote on March 8th, and I will work for you very, very hard. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, have the deputies, any deputies that are here, come on up and introduce yourself. And speaking of introducing, why don't we, while they're coming up, let's have the board of directors introduce themselves, and two members who are new to the board, Bob Anderson, there's Bob, right here, and Elke, where's Elke? There she is. Okay, so if you need anything done, any work at all, those are the first people that you contact, because they have to be, it's like an initiation. Other members of the board, why don't they introduce themselves? I see Ellen, but... John Eisen, where's Matt Epstein over there, and Chuck Betts, and who am I missing?
Jules.
I'm sorry, and Jules. No, Mrs. Jules, he's everywhere. Okay, why don't we have the deputies come up and introduce themselves?
Good evening, my name is Jason Levine. I'm a field representative with Senator Fran Pavley's office. The senator represents the 23rd Senatorial District. I brought copies of our newsletter and a little blurb from the senator about the budget that was just released from the governor. Have you take a look, and you can always reach me at our district office. And if you don't know that number, find out. Thank you.
You don't know it either.
I'm not trying to make it easy.
Hi everybody, I'm Damian Carroll. I'm the District Director for Councilmember Paul Krikorian. My first accomplishment of the night is I got through an entire bowl of borscht without spilling anything purple on myself, which is quite an accomplishment for me. I have just a couple of updates tonight. First, happening over at the Van Nuys Sherman Oaks Park. We just got word from the Bureau of Engineering, Department of Rec and Parks, that the move-in for the East Valley Multipurpose Center will be happening on February the 19th, so we're very excited about that. It's been a long time coming. If you haven't had a chance to go by and check out the facility there, don't go quite yet because there are still a lot of holes in the ground and things that they're filling in. But that will be available soon for people to take a look at, and it's really going to be a great place for the seniors from the Multipurpose Center, as well as those who are currently enjoying the adult programs at the former building to enjoy. So that's very exciting. Also, I'll get to you. I'll have a question in just a second. Also, the universal playground that's being built in that facility is nearing completion. The outstanding item is the grass that's going to be going around there. We're trying to figure out if there's a way to open up the playground early on and sort of fence off the grass so that it can get a chance to grow up and not be trampled on while that happens. But our goal is to get that open to kids as soon as possible, and that again is going to be a beautiful facility. Finally, I want to announce that coming up on February the 20th, the council member is going to be holding our first annual Student Film Festival, February the 12th. And it's going to be down at the Los Angeles Center Studios Beaudry Theater. I can get information for people. Those tickets are free, but they're going very quickly. So if anybody would like to attend, let me know. This is an exciting opportunity for our students to get into media, film, and continue to keep those Hollywood jobs here in Los Angeles, get that next generation coming up and working in the industry that helps us all to thrive. So thank you. If you have any questions, I'll be here. And
Thank you. Next. He got more time because he's representing the councilman. Unfortunately, he took most of your time, so.
Oh, wow. That's okay. Good evening. My name is Stephanie Gillette. I'm field representative for Assemblymember Mike FEIR, and the one piece of legislation I wanted to talk about is AB 52, which Mike introduced in December, which would require health insurance companies to get state approval before any future rate increases. I know we've had a lot of constituents who've been concerned about rate increases that have ranged from 30% to as high as 59%, and so that's the one piece of legislation that hopefully you can track, or you can call our office and see what's going on with that. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Good evening, everyone. Wesley Hernandez, Office of Councilmember Paul Koretz. First and foremost, our office would just like to extend a thank you to Soha members for working with us to reach some compromises and some improvements for the routes project that's going on in Sherman Oaks. And thank you for that. Next, we would also like to thank everyone who called and emailed our office about potholes for Operation Pothole that happened 2 weekends ago. From what we've heard from the Street Resurfacing Division is that 1,400 potholes were filled in CD5 over that weekend of January 7th and 8th, and the majority of them were in Encino and Sherman Oaks. And lastly, as you may know, they have begun enforcing mobile trailer advertisements throughout the city starting January 1st. So to report a mobile ad trailer, call TOT Parking Enforcement at 818-752-5100 and immediately press 2 to report the parking violation. Be prepared to give the license plate number as well as the street block location. And that's about it. Oh, I'll repeat the number? Okay, it's 818-752-5100. And I'll be sticking around for a couple of minutes in the back if anyone has any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. And actually, let's talk about the potholes. The whole campaign and money's been allocated to fill potholes throughout the city. And there's ongoing competition between us and Studio City as to which area is going to get the most potholes filled during this limited time period. So what we need you to do is report potholes in the next couple days 311, call 311, give them the address where the pothole is located. Because this is our opportunity to get those potholes filled now. And I know when we did an email blast a couple weeks ago, people called us back and said, this is a hoax. You can't get through to 311. Well, there's a lot of truth to that. But it's quieted down now. This is our opportunity to get in to 311, give them the address, and let's get those potholes filled. I guess Tamara, I haven't seen Tamara.
She's not here tonight.
Okay. Let's have Bobby Anderson talk about planning. With that, I'd like to ask Matt Epstein, member of the City Planning Commission, to please leave the room. Bobby Anderson works closely with Marshall Long, who's on vacation, so Bob will give an update on a number of the planning matters that are pending in Sherman Oaks.
The first you've heard about Ralph's Market is being updated. You may not know that Pavilions is also being updated. They're going to do it at a different time. They're going to wait till Ralph's finishes their store before Pavilion starts. We've been working with them. It's quite a different design than Ralph's. It meets the specific plan pretty closely. It didn't when we first met with them. We told them it doesn't meet it. They researched it. They redesigned the store, which is pretty good. It's a single story on the street with an underground parking that in the back half of the store is open to daylight. So it's kind of a user-friendly market. This is the market at Kester and Ventura. So that's going along. If you want to know anything about it, I have artist concepts. I have a lot of information. If you have any comments, you can reach me. Let me know. My email address is bobhillsideordinance@roadrunner.com. That's because I worked on the Hillside Ordinance, and that sort of stuck. If you also don't know, does everybody know where the 777 motel is over on Ventura Boulevard? It's a kind of a spot. There's a big lot in there, a huge lot where Tina's trees were and some things like that over Christmas. They are planning to build a 100-foot-high, 500 units, 7,000 square feet of commercial multi-use building there with 3 stories of underground parking. They're going to have to excavate out enough dirt to fill semi-trucks that would stretch from San Francisco to Reno. They're saying it's not going to be a traffic problem and a lot of other things. We think it is. It violates the specific plan by 25 feet too high. It has a lot of other problems. The draft environmental impact report just came out on it. We went along with the homeowners of Encino and the property owners of Encino and put together a 12-page response to the EIR to try to get them to look into noise pollution and traffic. You can imagine the only way in and out of that place is off of Sepulveda. So it could really, in the morning, you know how the traffic is on Sepulveda? Try to get 500 condos emptying out of that. It's going to be really interesting. So if you have any questions on that, again, let me know, or Marshall Long, and we'll be glad to answer them. We'd love your help. The Hillside Ordinance that is going to protect your homes against McMansions in the hillsides is still stalled in the State Attorney's Office, and we're hoping we're going to try to break it loose, but it's been there for almost 5 months now. And that's letting a lot of developers build things that we might not like in the hillsides until we get it passed. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you very much. We're working hard here to try to keep it good for Sherman Oaks.
Thank you. If you want to work on any of those projects, please see Bob after the meeting. Okay, someone please bring in Matt Epstein. Matt, are you out there? Please bring him in, because he has a job to do. Actually, he's up next. So, hopefully everyone attended the toy drive that we had in the early part of December. It was tremendously successful. Probably over 1,500 toys were donated. A lot of the elected officials attended. It was a great time, and the party that was held for the kids about